goodness.
Lionel Messi does it again. He's superhuman. He's the best there is. He's the best there ever has been. Possibly the best there ever will be. That's those Real Madrid defenders that were there.
By 2023, Messi shocked the football world by signing with Inter Miami, aka the worst team in the MLS. But why would the greatest footballer of all time want to play in a league that many believe is subpar at best? Oh, and did I mention the team was terrible?
You suck, you jackass!
Why don't you shut the hell up?
In this video, I'm going to explore why Messi decided to leave European football for American soccer, and why big businesses are betting that Messi is going to have a major impact on sports culture in the United States. But before we get into that, we first need to learn how Messi became Messi in the first place.
Depending on who you ask, he's the greatest of all time.
This is my friend Paul. He's a huge fan of both MLS and international football. I figured he could explain the Messi madness in terms that non-soccer fans like myself would understand.
It would be something to the effect of Michael Jordan had his peak going over to Europe. All of a sudden, Inter Miami, which is a club that was formed a few years ago, is now the top-selling jersey in the world. He's putting waiting lists for season tickets in away stadiums. That is pretty much unheard of. It's really a lot bigger than anyone probably expected.
Okay, it was good to get a fan's perspective, but I needed to do some research on my own to really understand what makes Messi so special. After hours of research, Messi's decision made a lot more sense to me. At 6, people were already saying that Messi was going to be super special. This guy was incredible. I mean, this is insane. He's only 8 years old here and he's already schooling everybody on the field. Talk about a talent. I mean, he could have been professional probably here by now. Who knows? He's just, it's crazy. At the age of 8, Messi was diagnosed with a growth hormone disorder and was required to inject human growth hormone into his legs every night. Messi's family could not afford these treatments for long. They were estimated to cost over $900 per month. Now that's a lot of cheese. And with these expenses adding up, Messi's family was of course super eager to try to get him signed to a football club as soon as possible. This message was written on a napkin in order to quickly assure Messi's father that Barcelona was going to sign him. Up until that point, they were kind of split on the decision of signing a 13-year-old prospect. But once Messi was signed, it was impossible to ignore his talents. Success came quickly, and at the age of 17, he became the youngest player to ever suit up for Barcelona. Less than a year later, he scored his first goal. This was just the beginning of a historic career with the club. What great athlete doesn't face some adversity along the way? And for Messi, it came in the form of a heated rivalry.
Barcelona tonight. I don't think Messi's so much a gamble. He's come back. He's come on as a sub a couple of times the last couple of games and played. So
rivalries are a big part of what makes sports great. I mean, we got Magic versus Bird, Brady versus Manning, Kyrie versus Globes. From this point on, the question became who is better, Messi or Ronaldo? Both players are all-time greats, but they're also very different. I mean, Messi is smaller, more of a finesse player. Ronaldo is bigger and known more for his dominating with physicality. Messi is also soft-spoken and a lead-by-example voice, while Ronaldo is more of a vocal leader. The comparison between these two will happen forever. This is so true that when I was doing research, I stumbled upon this gem of a website that is constantly comparing the two.
It would be Cristiano Ronaldo. It would be absolutely Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is not the greatest player of all time. Messi's got a better goal record than Ronaldo. Messi is also a playmaker. Messi can run a game.
Messi or Ronaldo?
But what if I told you there's another player people compared Messi to even more? Being from Argentina, Messi spent his life looking up to one name, Diego Maradona. Before Messi, Maradona was no question the greatest football player Argentina had ever seen. You can see where Messi got the iconic number 10 from. But one thing that separated Maradona from Messi was the one goal Messi had not achieved. It was the ultimate award needed to put him in that GOAT conversation. He had accomplished everything else but could not get over the hump of winning the most prized trophy.
Italy win the World Cup.
There it is! Spain, a world champion! And Germany are the champions of the world! France are the champions of the world!
The one thing, in my opinion, that remained consistent is that the World Cup is the highest level of the game.
Big breaking news. What more can you tell us, first of all?
Wow. So, Barcelona have confirmed that Lionel Messi will leave the club, and the club has put it down to economic and structural obstacles.
Messi left Barcelona as the club's all-time scoring leader and the greatest player to ever play for the club. But he didn't want to leave, he had to. Barcelona was in over $1 billion worth of debt and couldn't afford to keep him under the league's salary cap. In the summer of 2021, Messi joined PSG, a super team featuring a young star in Mbappe and his former teammate Neymar. Then comes the 2022 World Cup. Messi announced this would be his last World Cup, his last chance to capture that elusive trophy. The trophy that would end the debate between him and Ronaldo, him and Maradona. The world knew Messi would be on a mission.
Touchdown. Look out here. Shot taken. Goal! Saudi Arabia has defeated heavily favored Argentina.
Where is Messi? Where is Messi? Where is Messi?
The talent on that pitch, it seems we gotta step back and let's just hope Lionel Messi does his magic.
After that gut-wrenching loss, people were quick to throw dirt on Argentina's chance to win it all, but after that match, everything changed.
That's it. Argentina win. Chip it through. There's another goal for Argentina. Martinez who makes the save. Argentina go marching on to the corner. Yes. And that will end the game, and Argentina will play in the World Cup final. As Lionel Messi and Argentina have won the World Cup.
Point, Messi had achieved everything he had dreamed of. He was one of the most successful football players of all time, and he had finally quieted all the haters. Now the question was, what's next? The timing was perfect for a change because in the summer of 2023, Messi's contract with PSG expired. He was free to sign anywhere he wanted to be. Many fans believed he would go to the club that made him great, but Barcelona's financial situation had not improved much. In order for Barcelona to bring Messi back, they would have to cut a bunch of players, move a bunch of money around, and Messi didn't want to be the reason that the team was losing players and guys were getting pay cuts. He just didn't want that negative impact. Also, what would another trophy in the same league prove? Rumors of two options emerged during his time. Option 1 was offered by Saudi Arabian football club Al Hilal. And oh, was that a lucrative deal. $1.6 billion for 3 years of play. Billion with a B, by the way. Or over $530 million per year. That's an insane amount of money. Just to put that in perspective, Patrick Mahomes, the #1 quarterback in the NFL, makes about $45 million per year. That's 8.5% of what Messi would be bringing in from Saudi Arabia. Ronaldo had also just joined Saudi Arabian football club Al Nassr for 2 years and $440 million. If Messi was signing for Al Hilal, the rivalry could continue. These guys could keep duking it out. But he had something else in mind.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
Now, I do have to say there are a lot of hints kind of pointing at why he made the decision to go to Inter Miami, and it makes it a lot less surprising. First off, when Beckham officially bought the team in 2018, Messi recorded a video congratulating him and hinting at the possibility of playing there one day. His family also loves spending time in Miami. They always vacationed there, and in 2019 even bought an apartment in Miami, so it wasn't a huge surprise. Plus, you add on the strong Latin culture in the area, and boom, it makes him feel a little bit more at home, and it just becomes a more fun environment to play. It wasn't about the money, even though there was plenty of that to go around, but it was about being happy. But where things really get interesting is in the contract itself. In 2022, the entire Inter Miami club was valued at $585 million. That means there was no chance they would be able to match Al Hilal's offer. But it didn't matter because the club ended up signing Messi to a 2.5-year contract at between $50 and $60 million per year. To do this, Messi's roster spot is exempt from MLS salary cap rules, and he has an option to buy a minority stake in the club, similar to the deal that Beckham got back in 2007. But wait, there's more. Adidas and Apple decided to sweeten the deal. Now, Messi and Adidas have been partners for years. He has been a driving force for their football division and was signed to a lifetime contract with the brand in 2017. But Adidas is also the official apparel partner of the MLS. That means with Messi signing to Inter Miami, they're about to sell a whole lot more jerseys. Adidas agreed to pay Messi a portion of all the money they make from MLS sales. The official contract has not been released, but it has been confirmed that he broke the record for most jersey sales for any sport ever in the first 24 hours. Before that, Ronaldo's Manchester United jersey from 2021 was #1. Now, Apple decided to chip in as well because More success for the MLS means more viewers on their platform. In order to compete in the streaming war, sports rights become more and more important. It's the only media that can survive a DVR world. You can't skip commercials because you gotta watch live to see what happens in the match, which means Apple can charge more for those ad spots. Messi would of course add a whole new audience to their MLS pass, and for that, Apple was willing to give Messi a cut of the pie. I mean, he is the reason people are tuning in and paying for the pass in the first place, so let's be honest. Plus, they're creating a 4-part documentary series similar to the Last Dance documentary that was extremely popular on Netflix. What are you doing here? I'm filming, Ted. What are you doing here? Oh, don't forget about me. I'm a big reason why soccer's getting big for Apple right now. Okay, I'll tell them. Apple also had a lot of exciting shows, including Ted Lasso, which ties this all together into a more narrative form. Was that good? Hey, but don't forget. Okay, thank you. As you can imagine, Messi had a major impact right away. Messi's arrival will have a major long-term impact that we will see in sports and culture for years to come. It's a classic win-win-win situation. From Apple's perspective, it's a no-brainer. They have already shown how much they believe in the growth opportunity of the MLS and the importance of live sports in the streaming war. Many have tried before to make soccer popular, but Apple has the infrastructure to actually pull it off. And from Adidas' perspective, it's also a great move. The best athlete wearing Adidas for a new team in a new country that has plenty of room to grow in terms of soccer fandom. More soccer fans in the US mean a lot more sales for Adidas. And of course, Messi himself. The money is great, but the lifestyle is even better. Especially at this point in his career, he gets to continue playing the sport he loves without the same stresses he had at other clubs. I mean, let's be honest, he looks like a guy playing a whole different sport out there. Oh, and as I mentioned earlier, his family loves Miami. That might be the biggest factor of them all. Happy wife, happy life. Plus, imagine being the major reason why soccer becomes popular in the US. Now that's a huge win for his legacy. All of this leads right into the 2026 World Cup, which just so happens to be hosted by the US, Canada, and Mexico. Who knows? Maybe Messi will change his mind and decide to lace him up for one last time. Oh, and don't forget about the Summer Olympics coming to LA in 2028, which will of course also feature soccer in a big way too. If you're trying to grow the sport of soccer in the US, you couldn't ask for a better set of events. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments below what sports question you would like me to explore next. Peace.
Football is football no matter what we play. You got grass, you got cleats, you bring 11 men together under one purpose. Look up, look down, look up. That's right, you better believe. Because if you look up there and you're not believing, then you ain't achieving. Now let's go get out there, play a little footy.